This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
A local woman has written a book about her late husband's failed kidney transplant. She's hoping her story will help others who are going through these same difficult circumstances. Plus, where you can see a taping of The Girls live tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. I'm Lisa Sugart, sitting in tonight for Ken Cara. We begin with our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Representatives from one nonprofit organization in our area had the chance to meet with the governor today in our state capitol. This was the scene as transition assistance students from Community Services for Sight in Hazleton and the Wilkes-Barre Association for the Blind visited the Capitol in Harrisburg. Lori Lasant, the president and CEO of Community Services for Sight, and her students met with Governor Tom Wolf. They also had the opportunity to tour the Lieutenant Governor's office as well as the Capitol itself. The students then received a presentation with the Secretary of Labor and Industry, the Executive Director of the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and the Executive Director of the Bureau of Blindness and Visual Services. Well, speaking of nonprofit organizations, a special presentation on internal accounting controls for all volunteer organizations will be held tomorrow in Hazleton. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis is hosting the program in collaboration with the Department of Business at Misericordia University, the State Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED, and John Nonemaker, CPA of Snyder and Clementi Accountants and Consultants. The presentation will take place tomorrow from 6 till 8 p.m. at the Hazleton 1 Community Center, 225 East 4th Street in Hazleton. It will focus on the importance of internal accounting controls for all volunteer and nonprofit organizations to safeguard their finances and assets. The program is free and open to the public and will include a question and answer session. Again, everyone is welcome to attend. Governor Tom Wolf has written a letter to President Donald Trump. That letter requests federal disaster aid for several counties that were crippled by the March snowstorm, including here in Luzerne County. Now, in his letter, the governor explains that the severity and magnitude of the March snowstorm stretched the Commonwealth's resources well beyond their limits. Costs associated with the storm were estimated at $7.2 million. In other news tonight, a third suspect sought by Hazleton police in connection with a shooting last week has turned himself in. Scarly Hisiano Rivera of Hazleton turned himself in to city police last night. Two other suspects, Alejan de la Cruz Gross of Hazleton, was arrested Friday following a chase along Interstate 81, while Cesar Joel Brito Polanco, also of Hazleton, turned himself in without incident last week. The arrests are in connection with a shooting incident that occurred while officers were patrolling the area of Hazleton Area High School last Thursday. Lansford police need your help to find a missing person. 25-year-old Caitlin Caraman was last seen leaving her home in Lansford Thursday. She has had no contact with family or friends. Police say there are other circumstances leading to a concern for her well-being. She's described as 5 feet 2 inches tall, 120 pounds. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to call Lansford Police at 570-645-5844. All calls will be kept confidential. A local woman has written a book that she hopes will help others. I had the chance to talk with the new author today about her book, her message, and her special appearance later this week during the First Friday celebration in downtown Hazleton. Well, this Friday is First Friday in downtown Hazleton, and among the many festivities will be a book signing and selling for a brand new author who has just written a book. While this is a happy time this Friday, this book was I guess, telling the story of some very difficult times in the life of the author and her late husband. I'm pleased to welcome that author to our studio right now, Lois Labanowski, a good friend of ours from the days of Read Across America and all different events that she's talked to us in the past. But you went through some extremely difficult times. Your husband, Gary, passed away in 2007, and you wrote a book telling about what you went through because not only were you his caregiver, you donated a kidney to him as well.
Yes, I did. It was a really hard time in our lives, and we just kept plugging on and trying to make things as normal as possible. And you know, when you talk about kidney transplants, like 97% of them after a month are still going strong, 93% after about a year, even 83% after 10 years. And when you're in the other percent, you don't hear those stories. And a lot of times you can feel very much alone and, you know, like nobody else has that problem. But I wanted to write this book to help other people know that, you know, sometimes there are other people who are going through the same thing that you are.
I guess tell us a little bit about the story, how your husband came to be diagnosed and, you know, how the need came for a transplant and what happened that led to his passing.
Sure. My husband was diabetic as of, let's see, about 1976, and went over 20-some years, you know, managing his diabetes and didn't have any problems. And then one day, actually, it started with just some pain in the area of the kidney, and ended up hospitalized. We thought he had kidney stones, actually. And when they did all the testing, lo and behold, we just found out he needed a kidney transplant and or go on dialysis. And it took a while for that to sink in. You just can't quite believe that this is now part of your life. And then, you know, going through all that, and I tested to see if I would be able to be a viable candidate for him, and I was. So we went through the transplant, and you know, he kept it for about a month, but it never kicked in, never worked. And then, of course, after that, he had to go into dialysis, and we went through that whole bit of medical care. So it was a long, hard haul as you approached one thing and ended up going on to something else.
Well, now the name of the book that you wrote to put all of this down, and many people I'm sure are familiar with your late husband, Gary Lebanowski, very nice man, always in a good spirit, good mood, happy-go-lucky type of guy. It's called Gary's Fight, The Story of a Failed Transplant. You are going to be this Friday, during First Friday, at the Shop 2 right on Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. So you're going to be signing books. What time are you going to be there? I'm
going to be there from 5:30 to 7:30. And come on down if you have another story to share with me, or want to talk to me about, you know, what kinds of things you went through. Please, you know, come on down. I think if you read the book, you'll find some solace in the fact that, you know, other people are going through these kinds of things, and you know, hope you'll join us.
And if you can't make it there, there's another opportunity as well, because on Saturday, you're going to be at the Hazleton Area Public Library.
Yes, from 1:30 to 3 o'clock in the community room, I'm going to be doing a reading of my book, and you know, chapter or so of the book, and then I'm going to do a book signing, and there'll also be books there available for sale.
And if someone is looking to get a copy of your book, it's available in the usual places.
Yes, you can get a copy of the book on Amazon.com, on BookLocker.com, and BarnesandNoble.com, yes.
All right. Well, very good. We thank you for coming in. I'm sure it was brave to put all of this down into paper and to share it with other people, but for someone who, you know, maybe is in a similar situation, or maybe going through, you know, contemplating a transplant, or this story might help them to know other people have gone and walked in their shoes.
Yes, and it's a tribute to my husband, and it really touches my heart that people are going to know his story.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the book, and it's going to help, I'm sure, a lot of other people, so I'm sure your husband's smiling down for that one. Again, the book is available at the usual places, but you can come down and meet Lois in person this Friday, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Shop 2, and then from 1:30 to 3 on Saturday at the Hazleton Area Public Library. You can also go to garysfightweebly.com for more information. Special thanks to Lois. And if you're interested in attending her reading at the library Saturday, you are asked to call the library at 570-454-2961 to register for that event. Well, Music on the Menu is presented by 105 The River the first Tuesday of every month with a local artist from 7 to 8 p.m. But tonight you get the music and an added surprise, The Girls. On Sunday, our very own Deb and Janine were guests on 105 The River at the station, and tonight they're taping a new episode of The Girls live at Breakers inside the Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Come out and enjoy the music live at Breakers and also live on the radio at 105 The River, and you can also listen on their new app, Radio Bold. The Girls will be taping their show from 7 until 8 p.m. tonight. You're invited to come out and see host Alan Stout with artist Mike Miz and station owner Vince Benedetto. So come out, enjoy live local entertainment at Breakers, and have a chance to be on local TV. The taping is from 7 till 8 p.m. and this new episode will then air on May 19th, and you'll be able to watch it on our brand new app. So download our SSPTV app today. Still to come on SSPTV News, Standard Speaker reporter Kent Jackson has this week's episode of Outdoor Exploring, and Kenny has the story of a Penn State Hazleton softball player's secret to success.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
You're invited to enjoy a short stack for a tall cause. An Applebees Flapjack fundraiser breakfast to support Mario and Joni Jordan will take place this Saturday, May 6th from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. at Applebees Neighborhood Grill and Bar in West Hazleton. The cost is $8 per person, $5 for kids under 10. The breakfast will help the Jordans with medical expenses. For more information, contact Nate Lee or Cindy at 570-751-6790. Well, it's time now to head outdoors with Standard Speaker's reporter Kent Jackson.
If you're walking in the woods this week, most of the trees you see are still bare. A few are starting to bud, and then maybe one of every 100 trees or so shows a spray of white flowers. They're probably dogwoods. And they've brightened the scene for me the last time that I bicycled along the Hazleton Rail Trail. I have one in my yard too. There are dozens of species of dogwoods. Some are from Europe, and the English called them dog trees 500 years ago. Others are from Asia, but many dogwoods are native to the United States. The flowering dogwood is the state tree of Virginia, and some notable Virginians, Washington and Jefferson to name two, have planted them on their estates. Dogwoods don't usually grow taller than 20 to 40 feet or very thick. The wood, however, is hard, so it's been fashioned into tool handles and weaving shuttles. Native peoples chewed dogwood sticks, which caused them to separate into finer bristles for carrying of their teeth. One website that I checked, however, cautioned that chew sticks caused gums to recede. During the Civil War, soldiers made tea from dogwood bark to treat malaria. The berries of dogwood are red and bitter, but they do provide food for birds from fall when they emerge through winter. Turkeys are among the birds that eat the berries, and I noticed one turkey hen along the trail while I was bicycling the other day. The best feature of dogwoods on display now are their flowers. Technically, they're not flowers. They're called bracts, leafy structures that provide protection and attract pollinators to the actual flowers, which in dogwoods are yellow-green objects around which the bracts cluster. I looked up the difference between a bract and a flower, but all I really needed to know was that they looked cheerful on a spring day.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Well, the sun was out today in downtown Hazleton, but what's in store for the rest of our week? Here is your forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, expect cloudy skies, a bit cooler with a low of 40 degrees. Moving on to our 4-day outlook, partly sunny skies for tomorrow, but cool, only 54 degrees for the high. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 40. On Thursday, there is a 50% chance of rain, cloudy skies with a high of 54 degrees. For Thursday night, more of the same, more rain with a low of 45. On Friday, it's not much better. Rain is likely with a high of 62 degrees. Showers Friday night with a low getting down to 46 degrees. Then on Saturday, it's another carbon copy. More showers and clouds. Saturday's high around 55 degrees and Saturday night's low getting down to 40 degrees.
We're having a good time here at Edgewood by Sand Springs. I'm back with Samantha, and we are taping our segments at the Bridal Expo, first annual one that you called everyone here from the community to see what Edgewood is all about.
Absolutely. We're so excited to be here at our very first open house and expo. It is such a great opportunity for everybody to come in, get some preferred vendor information, see our venue, try some great food, and have a nice time.
The one thing I love about this facility is when you walk in the door, you're wowed, because this room, it's just bright, it's open, it's versatile, it's neutral. You can do whatever you want with this room. I love how the bar is separated from the dance floor. There's just so many reasons why you want to book not only your wedding here, but a party in general.
Absolutely. So a nice big space for any event that you're doing. A really great open floor plan too, so we could basically move things to where you envision them to be for that day.
A lot of your preferred vendors are here, including Samsung Productions. We do the wedding videos, but you have the uplighting, you have the little displays here to give them ideas of what to do for either their candy bar or their favors. We have the flowers. A lot of people are going with fake flowers, fake cakes. So talk about your preferred vendor.
Absolutely. So we do have quite a few here who are preferred vendors of ours and Sand Springs as well. Not only do we have them here, but we have some upgrades as well. So our donut bar, candy buffet, s'mores station, things like that. Some great interactive items for people to kind of go ahead and take a try. As far as our preferred vendors, like you had mentioned, some great fake flowers or real flowers provided here by A&M Floral. They're one of our really wonderful vendors. People are going with all kinds of different things as far as vendors go. Real fake cakes as well, too, from our pastry chef. So a lot of great stuff going on.
I love the accents, too. You can make your flowers look really original by adding some little accents here and little jewelry pieces to them. So if anyone wants any information, booking for 2017, but also 2018, 2019, if you want your date, make sure you stop by Edgewood by Sand Springs, and we'll see you each week right here on SSPTV News.
For our daily green screen with the Pennsylvania Midday Winning Lottery numbers. If you played, here's the winning numbers. The pick 2, 19, pick 3, 009, pick 4, 0297, and the pick 5, 92432. Good luck. Hope they're your numbers. Kenny has a special story in sports next.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Hazleton Area High School graduate Samantha Varela has been a force this season at the plate and in the circle for the Penn State Hazleton softball team. What's been the secret to her success for the local Lions? Ken Kara caught up with her recently to find out.
Through the magic of television and technology, this segment was taped 2 weeks before you're going to see it, but I'm with Sam Varela, pitcher for Penn State Hazleton, and you're getting ready. You have a game today against the University of Scranton, right?
Yes.
Right, so I walked in, you were chilling, having a slushie. So the slushie, not necessarily part of the pregame routine, but there is a food that you always eat before you start.
It's definitely mac and cheese, but it has to be the Velveeta kind.
When did this start and how did this start?
This probably started my freshman year, and it was because I had a really good game against SUNY Delhi, and I had back-to-back home runs in the first game, and then the second game I had a grand slam.
It's all about the mac and cheese. So it is a superstitious thing at this point.
Yes, absolutely.
How superstitious are you? I mean, baseball, softball are sports where you can kind of get into those things.
Yeah, I'm not really that superstitious. It's just the mac and cheese, pretty much.
Something's definitely been working this year. Batting average up, nailing home runs. Every time I seem to look at your stats, it's like 3 hits a game. You said you do feel a difference this year at the plate. What do you think that is?
I think it's just because I feel more comfortable, and I've been working a lot in the off season, so that definitely plays a big factor.
What'd you do in the off season? I guess it's not team related, or is it team related?
We all hit upstairs in the gym, and basically lifting in the off season definitely helped a lot.
When you are locked in like that, what does it seem? Does it seem like things slow down? Like, how can you tell that is it just a confidence thing?
Yeah, that confidence, and I just feel like really loose.
And you said you remember specific at-bats. Do you remember what's one at-bat that really sticks out in your mind from this year?
Definitely when we played Cedar Crest, and it was the second game we were losing, and we came back and won the game, and I hit a grand slam that game.
What do you look for? I might have told you this, but a while ago I did a segment with the Penn State Hazleton softball team where they pitched to me, and I fouled one off. That's as close as I got to hitting it. I had no idea what to look for. Like, what do you kind of look for from the pitcher? Is there something maybe you could see, or you just say, wherever this ball's coming, I'm hitting it?
Basically, I just pick out fastballs for the most part, or wherever it's in my location that I like.
You don't mind the pressure or anything like that? You said you were nervous about the interview, but going up there and having the game on the line, trying to hit a grand slam, you don't mind that?
No, not at all.
Have you always been like that, or did you mature into that?
I've always been like that for the most part. I like pressure.
So what are you doing? You're majoring in psychology. What else are you doing besides softball? What else are you into? What else are you doing to kind of free your mind or clear your mind?
I'm usually always in the gym. We're either working out or like playing basketball. I love to play basketball.
What's the ride going to be like on the way to Scranton? Do you guys chill, or is there music playing? What's it like when you're going to a road?
There's music playing, and it's usually like pretty crazy, just to like pump us up.
Who gets to pick that?
Usually me.
How did you end up in that role?
Everybody just asked me for the aux, and I'm just like, okay.
You have music, I guess?
Yeah. I guess good taste in music.
Sam, thank you so much for your time. Go enjoy your macaroni and cheese right now.
Thanks, Kenny. Well, the Penn State Hazleton softball team will compete for a Penn State University Athletic Conference Championship this weekend. The PSUAC playoffs will be held at Penn State Worthington Scranton. That'll do it for us tonight in sports. We'll have social coming up next.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Applebees in West Hazleton will be holding a flapjack fundraiser to support Mario and Joni Jordan Saturday, May 6th. Cost is $8 per person and $5 for kids under 10. Breakfast will be held from 8 to 10 a.m. For more information, just call 570-751-6790. And finally, effective May 4th, 2017, the Hazleton License and Permit Office, located on the first floor at Hazleton City Hall, be open 6:30 a.m. until 5:30, Monday through Friday. For more information, just call the Code Enforcement Office, 570-459-4925. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Carol Woodring Bishop, formerly of Drums. Memorial is Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Christ United Church of Christ. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Cropton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family. Louis D. Lanning III of Cunningham. All services are private and will be held at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Christina Buenatu of Whitehaven. All services are private and will be held at the convenience of the family. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Edward C. Leininger of Weatherly. Funeral is Thursday at 11 a.m. from the Faith Assembly of God Church. Friends may call Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. Arrangements are by the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Lucy L. Staber, formerly of West Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home. Ruth Gerhardt of Weatherly. Graveside service is Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Union Cemetery. Arrangements are under the direction of the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Irene E. Grohall of Hazleton. The John J. Pustai Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Anthony Julian Zabritsky of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. And Victor F. Perrant of Hazleton. Mass is Thursday at 11:30 a.m. in the St. John Bosco Church. The Firo Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements.
That'll do it for us tonight. Have a great evening.